Raider Nation, we are starting week 10 off on Thursday night against the Denver Broncos. Let's talk about it. What is going on, Raider Nation? Raider Primo back again with another Primo preview. We are previewing our Week 10 matchup. We are going to be kicking off Week 10 Raiders-Broncos Thursday night football. We are going to be previewing after the Raiders are coming off of a loss against the Jacksonville Jaguars in a hard-fought game. The Denver Broncos, they are coming off a win off of the Houston Texans. We will be going over the latest injury report. We know that Patrick Surtain is likely going to be out for the game on for tomorrow's game. We are going to be going over the keys to the game, what can lead the Raiders to victory, and also, do I really want the Raiders to win? Not really. Am I going to root against them? No, I would never root against the Raiders. But it's one of those where if we lose, we lose. We win, we win. But we are at a point, you guys. We are 2-6. Winning games is not going to do us any favors. It is time to prepare for the 2026 NFL Draft by going and getting your quarterback of the future. And hey, if we lose out, I'm not going to be complaining because that puts us more in prime position to go get the quarterback of the future. Winning football games is not going to do us any favors, you guys. It's not like we're going to make it to the playoffs. It's not like what are we going to be winning football games for? To just push our chances of getting that quarterback of the future out. We're gonna go over some rankings, you guys. We're going to compare and contrast the Raiders offense versus the Broncos defense. So far, you guys, you got the Raiders at points per game at 29. They are scoring 16.5. They did seem like getting Brock Bowers back seemed to help as they scored 29 points last week against the Jacksonville Jaguars. It is going to be a tough task, though, going against this Denver defense that leads the league in sacks and is also top 3 in points given up. In points per game, the Raiders are 29th, like I said, scoring 16.5 points per game. The point differential, they rank 29th. The record in close games is 1-2, where the Broncos have been in 7 close games, you guys, and they are 5-2 in those games. Average margin of victory, we rank 22nd. Kind of not a shocker there. We haven't won a lot of games. The Raiders are top 10, though, you guys, in the least amount of penalties called on them. They have only been called for 52 total penalties. The Denver Broncos, they are in the top 3 in penalties called against them. 72 penalties called on them, which ranks 30th in the league. That's bad, you guys. That basically is their top 3 in penalties called on them. So, hey, maybe we can, get some it could be a penalty-ridden game for the Denver Broncos, and maybe that would hurt them. Their turnover differential, the Raiders ranked 27th with -5. Denver 17th and -3. Overall passing efficiency, the Broncos defense, they ranked number 3. Overall rushing efficiency, they ranked 4th. Their pressure rate, they ranked 1. The advantage, this is coming from NFL Pro. The advantage does go to the Denver Broncos because the Raiders offense, when it comes to overall passing efficiency, 21st in the league, and they are dead last in rushing efficiency. Their pressure rate, they are in the middle of the pack of allowed pressure with 20, ranked in the 20. And on the flip side, we're going to compare the Broncos offense to the Raiders defense. Again, the advantage is going to go to the Broncos with their overall passing efficiency being ranked 15th to the Raiders 27th on the defense. Overall rushing efficiency, the Broncos offense ranks 6th to the Raiders defense of 13. And pressure rate, the Broncos offense is number 2 with the Raiders defense. I don't think this is any shocker, being 31st in the league in pressure rate. Let me acknowledge the chat, you guys. On the way in, please think about hitting that subscribe button. Also, hit that like on the way in and hit that bell so you guys are not missing anything from Raiders Primos. We got CGR in the building. Salute to the great and powerful Raiders Primos. Thank you, thank you. And I just realized something, you guys. Give me 1 second here. 1 second here. There we go, there we go, there we go. All right. Sorry, y'all. I had to clock out real quick. We have CGR. I can see us beating the Donkeys. Just a feeling. Any given Sunday, right, CGR? Any given Sunday. It's not looking too good. Though when you break down this game, it is going in favor of the Denver Broncos. They're coming off of a close game against the Houston Texans, winning 18-15. Still a win. That is the thing, you guys. Good find ways to win. We can talk about the many one-score games that the Denver Broncos have been in, and even the comebacks that they have been in. Being down in majority of the game against the New York Giants and then coming back in that fourth quarter, scoring 33 points, unheard of. But the point is they're winning football games. Whereas the Raiders, they are finding ways to lose football games. This is a really bad Raiders team, you guys. And it has taken 10 weeks for, I believe, the Raider fans to finally figure that out, that this is just not a good football team. And I know Sanji put it out there that we are 2 plays away from being 4-4. Well, the point is we're not. We're 2-6. Good teams find ways to win. Good teams find ways to not have their kick blocked at the for a potential game-winning field goal. Good teams convert on a 2-point conversion to beat the Jaguars at home. We're not a good football team. So I get it. We're 2 plays away from possibly being 4-4, but we're not. The record shows exactly what the Raiders are. They're 2-6, and because they're just not a really good football team. Going against a Denver Broncos team that is 7-2, that, again, say what you want. They're 7-2. They played a lot of close games. Bo Nix, he has 17 touchdowns to 6 interceptions, closing in at 2,000 yards passing, 88.5 passer rating, 61.2% completion. He's kind of, being a game manager at best, but the thing is, he's winning football games. The biggest important stat is he is 7-2. So again, it pains me to give Denver their credit, but they're winning football games. I would love the Raiders to be in the position that Denver is in, but we're not. We're 2-6. The injury report, you guys, Aiden O'Connell, he was full, but he is likely going to be out for tomorrow's game. It is going to be Kenny Pickett and Geno Smith suiting up. Adam Butler, he's dealing with a back injury. He was limited Wednesday or limited today. He is questionable. Isaiah Palomalu is dealing with a hip. He was limited today, also questionable. Lonnie Johnson, coming back from that fibula injury, was full. It says he is questionable, but I'm hearing that he is going to make his debut, his season debut tomorrow. Thomas Booker dealing with an oblique injury. He was full. Brock Bowers dealing with a toe injury, but he was full. For the Denver Broncos, a lengthy injury report, you guys. Nate Atkins dealing with the knee, their tight end. He's out. Patrick Surtain, we talked about, dealing with the pectoral. He is going to be out, their star corner. Marvin Mims Jr., the wide receiver, dealing with a concussion. He is out. So they are missing 3 key pieces to that Denver Broncos, 2 pieces on the offense and also special teams, you guys. Let's not forget what Marvin Mims Jr. brings to the Denver Broncos special teams. And we've known for the Raiders, they have trouble covering kicks. They've gotten better in the past couple of weeks, but Marvin Mims is a dog in the special teams and can really exploit that Raiders special teams, but he is going to be out with a concussion. PJ Locke, their safety, dealing with the neck He's questionable, but he was full today. JT Gray, their other safety, dealing with a hamstring. Jonathan Cooper, linebacker, dealing with a thumb, but he was full. John Franklin Myers, defensive end, dealing with a shoulder. He was also full today. Brandon Jones, their safety, dealing with a foot injury, was full today. DJ Jones, defensive tackle, knee dealing with the knee. He was full today. Will Lutz, kicker, dealing with an illness, but he was full today in practice. And Riley Moss, their corner, dealing with an ankle, but was full today. I'm hoping Will Lutz plays, you guys. I just picked him up in fantasy. Needed a kicker. So yeah, I hope he plays. We got XL Raider in the building. Unpopular opinion: Trey McBride is as good as Brock Bowers. I got to get more look of a Trey McBride. I know, hey, he's nice though. He is nice though, XL, but good as Brock Bowers. That game on Sunday, XL, Brock is different. Brock is different. Terry McBride. The thing is, XL, the thing that Terry McBride has that Brock Bowers doesn't have is a competent quarterback. A quarterback that can go in and make every throw, or not make every throw, because Kyler, he's inconsistent. We've seen it. But is Kyler Murray better than Geno Smith? I believe so. CGR, by the way, I'm gonna need I had some issues in my chat the other day. Please, CGR, man down the chat, as I know I'm not gonna probably won't have a lot of viewership in here, but when I'm looking in other tabs and looking at the preview to help to give to you guys in case the chat gets out of hand, CGR, I gave a warning last week. Hey, the safety is off. The safety is off, CGR. If it gets out of hand, send people to the gulags. All right. And just put them on timeout. Okay. Just put them on timeout. You don't have to ban them or anything. Just put them on timeout. I gave the warning. Okay. I gave the warning last show. And I don't got time for nonsense today. All right. But yeah, thank you. Let's see who else we got up in here. We got Huey P in the building. Salute to Huey. We got my man Jeff. Salute Primo. Salute to the nation. And yeah, hey, he got that thing ready, y'all. Y'all better behave yourselves. Y'all grown men in this chat. Y'all is grown men in this. Y'all probably older than me. All right, okay. So behave up in that chat. But Huey P, you ain't missed nothing, man. It's just yeah, football. You got people getting heated, and like I said, I just want to bring respect into my chat, and that's the big thing. We could agree to disagree, because I don't want y'all to agree with me. I don't want y'all to kiss my ass or anything, and I'm definitely not gonna kiss y'all's asses. No, pause if necessary. But the point is, I still respect the hell out of y'all. I love y'all for giving me support. But yes, any disrespect in the chat, CGR will kindly send you guys to the gulags if necessary. Let's see. Let's see who else we got up in here. We got Raider Scorpio making an appearance. Salute Primos. What's up, Raider Nation? Raiders. Yes. Huey P said we're gonna fuck around and win Thursday. Maybe Huey, maybe, but going through these comparing this preview between Denver and Las Vegas, all sides points to Denver winning this game. They're at home. It's probably going to be cold. We're in November. We're in winter. You got a West Coast team that plays indoors going into a hostile environment in Denver. You got Geno Smith tied for the league in interceptions. He's at 1,701 passing yards, 11 touchdowns to 11 interceptions. Might as well throw Kenny Pickett in there. I'm only saying that because bro, that's like that. Really, you're evening it out. 11 touchdowns, 11 interceptions is disgusting. 67.2 completion percentage. So something that is positive to look at with Geno Smith, but those turnovers, you guys, it hurts. Yards per attempt, 7.1, pushing the ball down the field, 83.7 passer rating. Disgusting work, you guys. And the Denver Broncos, you guys, are coming in on a 5-game winning streak, whereas the Raiders are coming on a 2-game losing streak. Can the Raiders put an end to the Broncos winning streak? I don't see it happening, you guys. I'm going to keep it a buck. Just unless Brock Bowers has another game where he can just go off, have 3 touchdowns, and Genty can get the ball rolling. Those are going to be the 2 key points. Keys to the game. I don't think we're going to be able to really get Genty involved. I think that's clear cut that this offensive line is terrible, you guys. Going against a really, really good Denver Broncos defense that really doesn't give up a lot of rushing yards and doesn't really have doesn't let the running game get going on them. And also Patrick Surtain is out. So why wouldn't we take advantage of that and try to get the passing game to go? I'm not saying don't feed Genty, but you're probably going to struggle running the football with him. The best way to give Genty involved is just like we did against the Jaguars. Get him involved in the passing game. I want to see some more screens with Genty. I'm not saying don't totally abandon the run game. I would love to see maybe Genty get 13 to 15 carries, kind of like what he did against the Jaguars last week. Like I said, you guys, the mainly thing that I wanted more touches from Genty was mainly towards the end of the game when we got the ball, 4 minutes left, and we were driving. I wanted us to kill the clock a little bit more and not give the Jags the ball to finish off the game. That was really more where I wanted to see Genty get a little bit more carries. But if we're talking about going against Denver, I want to see him get involved in the receiving game, specifically some screen passes, drop some screen passes, Chip, and get Genty the football. Heck, give Brock Bowers the football on the tight end screen. Those are your 2 main guys. And I think we are in a time where we need to see what Jack Bech can do. Now we traded Jakobi Meyers, you guys, to the Jacksonville Jaguars for a 4th and a 6th round pick. By the way, you guys, quick side note, love the deal that SpyTech got in return for Jakobi Meyers. You guys heard me and Jay Rader talk about it, that we believe maybe a 5th, maybe at best you could get a 4th. We didn't really see a 4th in play for Jakobi Meyers, but to get a 4th and a 6th for Jakobi Meyers, that is well done by John SpyTech. And just another note for me that I want to keep John SpyTech. I know a lot of people want to fire him with Pete. I think that is not the way to go. I think it is best to possibly let Pete walk after the season is end, and also keep John SpyTech and see what he can do to build this roster up for the next guy coming in. I believe Brock. So, like I was saying, you guys, Brock and Genty is going to be your main focal point. But who outside of Brock and who outside of Genty is going to step up? Is it going to be Trey Tucker, who has been that wide receiver 1 clear cut outside of Brock Bowers when he was injured for Geno Smith? Jack Bech, this is the time to start stepping up and making a name for yourself, boy. You got Jakobi Meyers gone. Now enter Jack Bech. Dante Thornton, I'm expecting him to be active with Jakobi Meyers gone. I know we signed Tyler Lockett and he was inactive last week against the Jacksonville Jaguars due to Tyler Lockett, but I'm expecting Dante to be active and I'm expecting Dante to get some targets. It is time to play these young guys, you guys. If we're going to go out there and lose football games, might as well lose football games with your young guys that you're going to keep for next year. There's no reason to go out there and play Tyler Lockett, a guy that like I said, that we know what he brings to the table. He's a deep threat, but he's 33 years old, doesn't have a lot of burn left in him. With Dante, you don't really know what you have in him yet. You know he's a speedster. You know he could catch the deep ball. The measurables are there, 6'5", 4.3, that he can run in the 40. But you want to give him some more reps. Give him more reps to able to learn and grow as a wide receiver. Same with Jack Bech. We look what Trey Tucker has done in his 3rd year, and he's gotten the start ever since that he's came into the league. And he's just gotten better and better as seasons has gone by and even games has gone by for Trey. So I want to see the same thing for Jack and Dante. On the flip side of that, for the defense, you guys, they got shredded by Travis Etienne last week, and now they're going against a Denver team that I believe they're 7th in the rushing department. Let me see. I believe they're 7th in the rushing department. So J.K. Dobbins leads the Denver Broncos in yards with 695 yards with 4 touchdowns. Bo Nix also has 3 touchdowns rushing, and R.J. Harvey, he has 46 attempts, 205 yards rushing with 2 touchdowns. I believe they are seventh in the ranking with the rushing attack, which is a cause for concern for our Raiders as they are getting shredded in the rushing defense department. They cannot stop the run. And Jaguars, very evident. I believe they rushed over 150 yards on the ground as a team against the Raiders. I'm expecting Denver to be a little bit run heavy, but they have been putting the ball in Bo Nix's hands a lot this season, which is kind of a cause of concern because they do have Bo Nix passing the football about almost 40 times a game. But I think this is going to be a different approach. I do believe they're going to try to get this ground game going. And if the Raiders defense once again struggles, I don't see Denver stopping running the football. On the flip side of that, you guys, Ashton Jeanty leads all rookies. I want to point this out because Chip Kelly was asked about Jeanty's limited reps that he is getting, and Chip Kelly said that doesn't Ashton Jeanty lead all rookies in attempts and yards, which he does. He leads all rookie running backs in attempts with 124. He also ranks, I believe, 16th. I could be mistaken. Let me go back to that so I can give you guys the actual stat. Give me 1 second. On the way in, though, you guys, while I look this up, please think about hitting that subscribe button. Also, hit that like and hit that bell so you guys are not missing anything from Raiders Primos. Let me see. Raiders. Let me see if I can find it here. Here we go. All right, so Jeanty is 11th in the league in carries among all running backs, and he is 16th in yards. He has 487 yards on the ground, you guys, with 3 touchdowns, with 1 fumble loss and 1 fumble and 1 lost fumble. Geno Smith is second behind Ashton Jeanty with 81 yards, and Raheem Mostert has 16 carries, 80 yards. So he's just down by 1 behind Geno. But this is where I kind of got cut off guard by that, you guys. That we talk about the criticism that Chip Kelly gets for not using Ashton Jeanty enough. Well, he does. He leads the lead or leads all rookie running backs in attempts and in yards. He's also 11th in carries among all NFL running backs, and he is 16th in all in yards among all running backs. So yeah, let me get back to the chat though, you guys. I don't want to fall too far behind. I see there's more people coming into the chat. I appreciate every single one of you guys. Another Raiders podcast says trust the process. Hey, another Raiders podcast. We've been trusting the process for what, 24, 25 years? Yep, just like Huey P said, been trusting the process since 2003. Shaking my head. CGR says, been too damn long that the process has failed us. Yes, it has. It has. Huey P, how we rate in the wide receiver room after Jacoby's trade 1 to 10? Well, it was maybe a 3 with Jacoby. It's probably a 3 without Jacoby. But yes, like CGR said here, Trey Tucker is underrated. So there's bright spots there, Huey. The problem is that wide receiver room is young. You got Trey Tucker, you got Jack Besh, and you got Dante Thorne Jr. You even got Bachman behind them. You got 4 young guys and also inexperienced young guys. But this is why I keep saying give them those reps. We're already going to be losing football games. We're 2-6. What do we have to lose? It is time to start those young guys. UEP, Jeanty needs 20 carries and 5 touches in the passing game. Hey, I agree with you. I would love to see 20 carries from Jeanty. Like I said, I think you need to get that running game going, get pressure off of Geno Smith. But if you cannot get the running game going, hey, at least try to get Jeanty in the passing game. Huey P, going to be Alec Bachman out there, not Besh. And if that is true, Huey, again, this coaching staff is in over their head. It's in over the head. Hey, you never know, Scorpio. You never know, right? They need to put in the young guys and see what we got. Dang, we might have Puka in the house, and we might not even know. You never know, man. You never know. Oh yeah, bro. I don't want that, bro. Hey, pause. Pause. Huey P, let's go. Michael Mayer breakout game. It could be, Denver is likely going to lock in on Brock and try to double team him. Hold on, you guys. Let me silence this. This is my work. All right. But yeah, they're gonna be bracketing Brock Bowers, Huey. Wouldn't be surprised if Geno starts looking Michael Mayer's way. Let me see. Surely, no way the Raiders can beat them. It's looking like that, Shirley. It's looking like that. That there's no chance in hell that the Raiders can beat the Broncos. But any given Sunday, or in this case, any given Thursday. Oh, Huey, I agree, bro. I don't watch their pressers. I don't watch Chip's pressers anymore. I don't watch Pete's pressers. I don't watch Geno's pressers because those pressers be making me more pissed off. And I'm trying to relax, you guys. I'm trying to relax. I'm trying to focus on my peace. I'm not trying to let this team piss me off anymore. Raiders Scorpio. Raiders first need to get our franchise quarterback. Then second, build the O-line to protect him. After that, do whatever it takes to get back to excellence. That is my agenda for this offseason, Raiders Scorpio. You are going into the offseason revamping this offensive line, making it 10 times better than it was this year. And come the NFL draft, you are going to go get your quarterback. Not in the second round, not in the mid rounds, not in the late rounds. That first round pick, I don't care how you do it. If you got to trade up, you are going to trade up. We have waited too long. We have ignored addressing the quarterback position the right way for too long. It is time to draft our quarterback in the first round. Stop thinking that you're going to find the next Tom Brady in the late rounds or the Russell Wilsons or the Dak Prescotts in the mid rounds of like a third round, fourth round pick. No, go get your quarterback in the first round. Yeah, I didn't, Huey. I'm telling you, bro, I can't. I can't. I cannot watch his pressers, man. I cannot. Billy Davis, what up, Raider Nation? Raiders Primos chat. Hey, what up with you, Billy Davis? Salute, salute, salute. Huey P, are we bringing up Cedric Jackson from the practice squad? Show some upside. Your guess is better than mine, Huey. Your guess is better than mine. I believe they did. I don't know if it was last week or for the Jags game, and like I said, which is why sign Tyler Lockett. Just like you said, Cedric Jackson, he showed some promise or some upside, some potential in the preseason. Why not give him some reps? Again, we're losing football games. Let's see what these young guys can bring for the Raiders in the future. Are they pieces that we can hang on to and possibly bring back next season? XL Raider, we haven't been trusting the process for the last 20 years because we fire so many coaches too fast for processes to develop. So we really do need to trust the process. The thing is, XL, does Pete have time? That's the thing. Because we're talking about trusting the process, right? And I agree with you. We fired too many coaches. I believe Jack Del Rio was wrongfully coached just to bring in Gruden. The Gruden resigning or firing wasn't really on Gruden. That was more on the NFL having it out for Gruden. McDaniels, it looked like it was just going to go downhill. It was never going to get good. It seemed that the team was not rallying around Josh McDaniels. It was just a bad hire. And then going with AP, I agree with you on that. We fired him just to hire a coach that nobody else wanted. And Pete Carroll. Now we're stuck possibly trusting the process with Pete Carroll. The issue I have, though, XL Raider, do we trust, you talking about trusting the process, do we trust Pete Carroll and company to A, draft a quarterback, and B, develop said quarterback into becoming possibly an elite quarterback down the line? That part I don't trust, Axel. I don't trust Pete to go out there and draft a quarterback in the first round, nor develop said quarterback to possibly being at that elite status or even that great status to go toe to toe with the likes of Patrick Mahomes or Josh Allen or Lamar Jackson, or hell, even in our own division with Justin Herbert and Bo Nix. I don't trust Pete Carroll to do that. Raider Scorpio, Tom Brady was great because the coaches always made sure the O line was top notch, and also Brady knew that as well. Scorpio, he always took a pay cut because he wanted the organization to get guys around him. We live in a world now, or we live in a league now, Raider Scorpio, where quarterbacks want the money. None of these quarterbacks, other than maybe Patrick Mahomes, who has not really asked for a lot of money since his expensive contract signing, making him the NFL high, or at the time the NFL highest. Bless me, excuse me, guys. A lot of these quarterbacks take a lot of money, and then they wonder why teams cannot build around them. Brady has always won because he's always took a pay cut, and people will talk about, well, he was married to Giselle, so he could take a pay cut. Well, no, Brady still was taking a pay cut with Tampa Bay. They allowing them to build up a top defense, allowing them to build up an offensive line for him just to win another Super Bowl, or at least Brady for him to win another Super Bowl with a different team. So people need to take notes from Brady and stop. I get it. You want to make all the money. You want to make sure, you got retirement money and all that. But if you really want to win, you would make sure that the organization can pull a Dodgers and sign hella superstars. The only difference is NFL has a salary cap. So quarterbacks, stop being greedy. And if you want to win, maybe take some money off of that paycheck. That, what's funny, Scorpio? Something's telling me we're gonna win on some bullshit tomorrow. That's the thing. And Jeff, you ain't wrong, bro. PC's pressers was a waste of time. Yeah, bro. I'm telling you, I'm never gonna watch those Raiders pressers. Exactly. We're intentionally trying to piss Primos off. Yeah, exactly, bro. Like, see, this is why I don't watch those pressers, y'all. I don't watch those pressers. Huey P, real question. With all these picks we have, do we trust this coaching staff to select good picks to help rebuild? And what if Pete isn't here? Then what? Well, here's the thing, Huey P. That's where Spike Tech comes in. I trust Spike Tech to make the picks. I agree with you on this. I don't trust the coaching staff. I trust Spike Tech to make these picks. And if Pete isn't here, I'm hoping Spike Tech is the boss moving forward. Whoever comes in, I'm hoping that head coach, whoever comes in after Pete, has no say over John Spytek. John Spytek should be the boss over the head coach. That is how it should work. I trust Spytek. I don't trust the coaching staff. You know what, Pete? F out of here, bro. F out of here, Pete Carroll. Go to a retirement home, man. Yeah. Exactly, CGR. Send that man to the gulags. Send that man to the gulags. Huey P. Honestly, I think only way we get rid of Pete is if he bows out and retires. I'm telling you right now, Huey, something tells me that John Spytek is going to have to talk to him. Maybe even Brady, too, is going to have to talk to Pete and be like, hey, this thing is not going to work. And I say that because of this JPJ situation. This coaching staff clearly has an issue with JPJ. Yet, JPJ was not traded. You guys, he was not traded. Not saying I wanted him traded. The thing is, it's clear cut that this coaching staff has an issue with him and he was not traded, which tells me John Spytek, he pulled rank. He's not going to move JPJ, even if the coaching staff tells him to. And it also tells me that John Spytek knows what he has in JPJ. He knows he has the top lineman in the building. We're talking about building this offensive line, right, you guys? In the offseason, why would Spytek move one of their best linemen if we're talking about building this offensive line. That tells me Spytek knows what he has in JPJ, and he's not going to move him. Let me get into some more insights, you guys, and I'll get back to your guys' chats. Some keys to the game. We got some matchup insights coming from NFL Pro. Geno Smith against the Broncos defense. While Geno Smith has been pressured on just 35.8% of his dropbacks, an NFL average 34%, he has taken 0.86 seconds to throw after initial pressure, which is the sixth longest. Smith has posted the sixth highest success rate when pressured, but has thrown 4 interceptions on such dropbacks, tied for third most in the NFL. Now, the Broncos have generated pressure on 43.5% of opponent dropbacks this season, the highest rate by any team in the last 8 seasons, and plus 3.4% higher than the next closest team in 2025. They've allowed the league's second lowest success rate when generating pressure at 26.6%. Bo Nix against the Raiders defense. Well, Bo Nix has targeted a receiver located behind the line of scrimmage on 23% of his attempts this season, which is the 6th highest rate in the NFL. Throwing short of the sticks on 63.7% of the attempts, which is 10th highest. On third down, Nix has thrown short of the sticks on 52.7% of his attempts. This is the 6th highest rate in the league, but has managed to convert a league-leading 15 such attempts for first downs, 30.6%, which is above the NFL average. The Raiders defense has allowed third down passes short of the sticks to convert for first downs just 16.7% of the time this season, which is the 4th lowest rate in the league. Sounds to me like, you guys, this Raiders defense is going to have to step up in the running department, put the ball in Bo Nix's hands, and also get them in third and long situations. Going back to Geno Smith versus this defense, Geno Smith is tied for the second in intercept. Let me see. Geno Smith is tied for the second highest success rate against the blitz, 55.3% this season, despite being pressured on 51.3% of blitz dropbacks, which is the 6th highest. Smith, who is tied for the NFL lead in interceptions, has thrown 4 touchdown passes and 0 interceptions against the blitz. The Broncos have blitzed at the 4th highest rate, 35.6% in the NFL, and have allowed the 14th lowest success rate, 45.2% when blitzing, compared to the lowest success rate, 32% when not doing so. Patrick Surtain. In their first game without Patrick Surtain II, the Broncos played man coverage on a season-low 27.7% of dropbacks. The Broncos have played more man coverage with Surtain on the field than off the field. With him on the field, the Broncos have played man coverage on 44.2% of dropbacks, compared to 33.3% when he's off the field. So expect the Broncos, you guys, to possibly go more in a zone defense tomorrow with Patrick Surtain out of the lineup. Let me go back into the chat. Yeah, Huey, me too. Axel, it's Chip who hates JPJ, not Pete. The thing is, Axel, Pete Carroll is the head coach. If Chip has a problem with JPJ, Pete Carroll needs to act like a head coach and tell Chip put JPJ at center. But I got to ask you this, Axel. If Chip is the one who hates JPJ, why did Pete bench JPJ against the Chiefs? And I get it. Everybody was playing bad. That was a horrible game. I would have pulled all the starters. But the problem was, Axel, Pete pulled only JPJ. He kept Geno out there. He kept Genty out there. Kept Forsyth out there. He kept everybody else but JPJ out there. We got another one of my mods. We got Leak Guy in the building. What's up, Leak Guy? Raider Jeff. That's what I said about Pete Carroll after the KC game. They talk him into retiring and to save face as the coach, and the team saves face, not coming out and firing another head coach. I believe that's what they need to do, Jeff. And I believe they are going to do that. I think they're going to sit him down and be like, this is not going to work. It's best for you to just resign and for us to go into a different direction. But I do believe Spytek needs to stay. Spytek needs to stay. And again, whoever comes in as the next head coach, Spytek is the boss moving forward. Let him be the GM. Huey, can we stop with the Kuntz hate? This man's fresh off an ACL injury. We knew he wasn't going to play like Max. That's why we should have kept Chase on. Shaking my head. And Chase on's balling with the Patriots, man. Chase on is balling with the Patriots, man. And I'm not going to hate Kuntz, but he does got to get better at setting the edge, Huey. You know, before the injury, it was amazing. Before the injury, he was playing the run phenomenally. And after the injury, he could not. He's struggling to set the edge. But do you bring him back? That's a question, Huey. He's on a 1-year deal. He probably won't cost you a lot, but do you possibly bring him back and give him another shot? Or do you go in a different direction? We got Demokes in the building. Salute to you, Demokes. Axel, you think we'll make a play for Kyler Murray? Well, I got to ask this. Why? You already have Geno Smith here. Kyler Murray is not maybe a little bit better than Geno Smith, but compare Kyler Murray to the rest of the division. Because that is what I do, you guys. I compare quarterbacks to our division. Is Kyler Murray better than Mahomes? No. Is he better than Justin Herbert? No. Is he better than Bo Nix? No. So why are we going to go get a quarterback that is not better than the quarterbacks in our division? Is he good? Debatable. He has his days. If the perfect word for Kyler Murray is inconsistent, Axel. He is inconsistent, and the Cardinals have given him weapons out there. Now, the Cardinals are dealing with injuries. I get it. But let's not act like they have not given Kyler Murray weapons, and he still struggles to find any sign of hitting that ceiling, that potential ceiling of finding success over there with the Arizona Cardinals. We have a lot of issues on this team that bringing in a quarterback like Kyler Murray, he's not going to save your season. He's not. And he's probably not even going to save your organization. It is time to draft. Stop getting teams sloppy seconds. Stop trading for veterans. Stop trading for other teams' backups. Let's go draft our guy. Let's go draft our quarterback. CGR, let's share this thing out to all of social media, y'all. Yes, CGR, thank you for that. Yes, you guys, if you guys haven't already, please think about hitting that subscribe button. Also, get them likes up. Get them likes up. Push this video out into the algorithm. And also hit that bell so you guys are not missing anything from Raiders Primos. Of course, the most has to bring it, huh? AOC MVP incoming, baby. And you know what's crazy the most? I don't want to see AOC because knowing AOC, he will win us some games and get us out of the running for a quarterback. And Demoke says, no, don't bring him back. Jeff saying Kuntz is done. Huey P saying, I think Kuntz will take a team-friendly deal to stay. He knows he's underperformed this year after he bet on himself. You're right. And he's probably not going to make any a ton of money elsewhere. CGR, we could bring Kuntz back on a team-friendly deal, and he could ball out for us. And let's think about, like you guys said, he's coming off of an ACL injury. But I do believe if we do bring him back, you guys, they need to address the defensive end position in the draft. You got to have a plan B. If Kuntz doesn't ball out for us, you need to have a plan B. You need to get a plan B. Lika, I'd rather let these 1-year deal guys walk in the offseason and wait for free agency next year to spend. I agree, Lee Kai. I agree. And me and Sean Johnson and my guy Van City, we were all three talking about potentially going to get a wide receiver one in free agency. Should we do that or should we go into the draft? Well, here's the problem, you guys. There's not a lot of names in the free agency department. There's not a lot of names that we can possibly count on. Let me go find it here. So you got Mike Evans, who is likely going to return with Tampa Bay. And if he doesn't, he's probably going to retire. You have Christian Kirk with Houston. You could probably sign him on a cheap deal, but the thing is, Christian Kirk is not what he used to be when he was with the Jags. You have Deebo Samuel, who's with Washington. Will he resign with Washington? But also, are you going to be getting the Deebo Samuel from the Niners or not? He's 30 years old. He's going to be 30 years old. Allen Lazard, again, he's going to be 30. He's really not looking the same without Aaron Rodgers. And then we just traded Jacoby Myers away to the Jacksonville Jaguars. You got Damien Brown, Tutu Atwell, Adam Thielen, Marquise Brown, Jawan Jennings, Khalif Raymond, Rashid Shaheed, DeAndre Hopkins, and Greg Doltrich. I think that's how you say his name. I don't know how to say his last name. But there's not a lot of names out there, you guys, when it comes to the wide receiver department and free agency. So you might have to go to the draft. But also, you guys, this is why I am pounding the table. Play Dante Thornton Jr., play Jack Besh. There's not a lot of guys in free agency, you guys, to go look at in the wide receiver room. There's not. And if you're gonna go draft a wide receiver, why? You drafted 2 of them last year. Play them. Play Dante Thornton Jr., give him all the reps. Give Jack Besh all the reps. This is why I'm like pounding the table to play our young wide receivers. Because there's not going to be a lot of wide receivers next year to look in the free agency. And I'll be honest, you guys, I do a lot more homework in the draft, but again, why go address the wide receivers room in the draft when you just drafted 2 of them last year? QEP, Kuntz has had offers to go elsewhere, and he chose to stay with us and Max. And he probably will do it again. Because I guarantee he's not gonna get, that top money that he was probably looking for last year. Leakai, Colts and Pats spent a lot in the offseason. Now they're balling. I just wish the Raiders can do the same in the draft or free agency. Well, here's the thing, Leakai. Look who's their quarterbacks. You got Daniel Jones on a cheap deal. You got Drake May on a rookie deal. This is why, Leakai, and I know you want a rookie quarterback too. This is why I've been pounding the table for a rookie quarterback. Because you are allowed to build around that rookie quarterback because of the way the contract is. When you're not paying your quarterback $37 million, $50 million, you can build the offensive line. You can build the team around him. You can spend a lot in the offseason. But when you're paying your quarterback close to $40 million a season and he's out there leading the league in interceptions, it's not a lot you can work with, right? Salute to 207 in the building. I was gonna say the name, but I'm just gonna say 207. I was gonna butcher that name real bad. Yeah, Huey Kuntz is having a mental block, not trusting his body like he was before. You can see that on tape. And that's the thing. I think with one more offseason, Huey, I think you're probably on some. With one more offseason, maybe Kuntz will build that confidence up. But it's got to be an expensive deal. And again, like I said, you have to. Pickens is a free agent, bro. Then Spot Track, hey, go get George Pickens. Yeah, Spot Track didn't have him as a free agent, Raider Jet, but thank you for that. Yeah, I'm looking at Spot Track, free agent tracker for wide receivers, and He wasn't on there. Unless he's just like on an expensive deal. But yeah, hey, bro, Pickens is a free agent, bro. Hey, that's the guy we could possibly look at going to be our wide receiver one. I would not mind that. I would not mind that. You need to go get a wide receiver one. You need to go get a wide receiver one. And if Pickens is out there, he might be the only option. That's the thing, you guys. He might be the only option when it comes to getting a wide receiver one. But with that being said, I might have to go back and look at Spot Track then to see what other wide receivers might be out there. There might be some good wide receiver ones. Coach sipping Jamba Juice out of a straw. Raiders gonna lose bad. Raiders gonna lose bad. Hopefully not, Coach. And here's the thing: I don't want them to get blown out. I don't want to watch bad football week in and week out. I know we've been so far outside of that Jags game and maybe that Bears game of, well, I can't even. Well, that Bears game, it was more bad quarterback play than bad football. If we lose close, but it's a good football game, I could live with that. I could live with that. Huey P. Pickens wants how much? 30 to 35 million a year. I'm with that though. Honestly, he fits the Raiders image mentality. He does. And like I said, Huey, who else is going to be out there? Like I said, you need a wide receiver one. If you do not trust Dante Thornton Jr., if you do not trust Jack Besh, and if you don't think you're going to find a wide receiver one in the draft, which you're not, because you need to go get your quarterback, you need to go get a wide receiver one. And Pickens will be that guy. Oh, they're not, Jamba. But you're not going to find your wide receiver one in the draft because you're going to go draft a quarterback, just like 207 here. Spytech must draft a quarterback. That first round is going to be a quarterback. I don't want a wide receiver. Don't want a running back. I don't want a corner. I want a damn quarterback. And you are right. You are right, Coach. Thornton's a 3 at best, and Besh is a 2. You are totally right. Oh, CJR is asking the chat. Chat, who would you draft at quarterback next year? Me and CGR, we already on the same wavelength, bro. If Mendoza is there, bro. If Mendoza is on the board, or if you want Mendoza, trade up to get him. If that is your guy, Raiders, go and get him. If Mendoza is a Raider by next year, you guys, I'm telling y'all now, that is a kid we can build around. Been watching that kid since he played at Cal, and the only thing I wanted to see out of Mendoza was him playing against better competition, and look what he's doing with Indiana. That is a kid that you can build around. Huey P, I agree. We drafted 2 number 2 wide receivers, Besh and Thornton. That's why we need to go get Pickens. Yep. Raider Scorpio, I would draft quarterback Mendoza if he's available and develop him. Huey P says, I like Sellers. He's a dog. I seen that he's fallen, though, Huey P. But he's a guy that, again, we're talking about development. Because here's the thing, you guys. I'm talking about drafting a quarterback. I'm talking about, like, drafting a quarterback in the first round. But I'm telling y'all, I do not want them to get thrown in the fire. I do not want them to start right away. I want them to develop. Have them sit for a season, and if that means we got to go through another season of Geno, so be it. Unless we pull what the Giants did, and Geno's selling again, and we got to bench him and then throw a rookie quarterback in there, okay, that's fine. But I want us to not throw the quarterback into the fire. Not saying I don't want to draft a quarterback. No, you draft a quarterback and you develop him. UAP Mendoza is like a Latino Kirk Cousins for me. Leak, I want to say Raiders to rebuild for 26 draft class. Knowing them will win meaningless games. Yeah. Coach says Ty Simpson, Sellers, and John Mateer, my dear. I know Simpson is balling too. Nathan high stakes Peterman season is upon us. Bro, Leak, you funny, bro. A Gruden grinder. Huey P. Pickens, Genty, and Bowers upgrade the line in free agency and draft a quarterback. Even if we keep Geno, we start cooking. And you cooking with grease, Huey. Cooking with grease. Huey P. Just draft a quarterback, and obviously we keeping Geno, but grab someone. Yes, Huey. Yes. I want to draft a first-round quarterback, but I know people are not going to like it, is to sit behind Geno. Do I want him to learn behind Geno? No, but hey, you know what? He might learn what not to do by watching Geno out there, you guys. He might be learning what not to do. Let's end it here, you guys. We got 5 more minutes before we get out of here. Let's end it here. Let me get you guys' score predictions for tomorrow. You want to be biased? Be biased. You want to be real? Be real. The bias in me, like I said, I can never go against my Raiders. They scored 29 points last week, so maybe 24-20. They can win by 4. Maybe 24-20. They can win by 4. I'm not expecting them to win, y'all. But hey, I hope the Raiders win, and if they do win, 24-20 is my score. But am I expecting them to win? Not at all. Not at all, y'all. The realist in me is saying they is going to take another L, unfortunately, but I would never root against my Raiders. Even though if I want them to lose every single game for a quarterback, never going to root against my Raiders. Never going to root against my Raiders. Appreciate you, CGR. Man, appreciate it. Appreciate the love and the support. Raider Scorpio, why draft Besh and Thornton if they don't trust them? That'd be a waste of draft picks. Well, here's the thing, Scorpio. They're not number ones. They were never meant to be number ones. Now, maybe you could argue Thornton, but Thornton's a 4th-round pick for a reason. He has development that needs to be, that needs to happen. And yes, that is up to the coaching staff. But come next season, you could pair Thornton. If you add George Pickens to the mix, to that wide receiver room, that's a number 1 that you can count on. But I hope that doesn't mean that we just don't waste Thornton and waste Besh. I'm hoping that you pair Besh with Pickens, with Tucker. You pair Thornton into that mix also. Because I agree with you, Red Scorpio. I don't want to be wasting draft picks either, especially you drafted Jack Besh in the 2nd round. That's premium draft capital right there. Wasting a 2nd-round pick, that's crazy. Lee Guy says 21-30 Raiders scoring 30 points. Okay. UEP 27-24 Raiders win on the last field goal. Game-winning field goal. All right. I mean, hopefully Carlson gets back together, right? Hopefully he can start drilling those field goals. Appreciate the support, Lee Guy. Thank you. CGR 20-17 Raiders. Raider Scorpio being the realistic Raider fan, the only realistic Raider fan in the chat. 24-17, sadly, Raiders lose. Coach says Mendoza ain't it. Hopefully, hey, the thing is, Coach, I'm hopefully with the right coaching staff, they can develop him. That's the thing with every single quarterback. It's development. And he's not the only quarterback I'm locked on, Coach. I like Ty Simpson. I like Dante Moore from Oregon. I know a lot of people don't like Drew Allard, but the measurables are there that you can also develop him. It all depends who we have in the building. I'll tell you this, Coach. I don't trust the coaching staff. I don't trust this coaching staff with any quarterback that's coming out in the draft. I don't trust any quarterback with this coaching staff. UEP. Too many people comparing Thornton to Megatron and DK because of size and speed. I don't see that dog in him, though. I don't either. And shout out to Dante is that he knows that Huey, that he has a lot to work on, especially he talked about when he was interviewed by Graph and Wasted. He talked about he needed to trust his hands a little bit more, that he keeps trying to like catch it over like his shoulder, things like that. He talked about he needs to trust his hands a little bit more. And that's all you can hope for from a young wide receiver in Dante, that he's working to get better. He's working to trust his hands more, trust his size and hopefully get that dog in him. Hey, bro, accelerator, bro. We playing Madden on rookie mode, man. For real, Madden has entered the chat. And yeah, like Raiders Scorpio said, Mendoza could be the guy that can develop him. Coach says we need quarterbacks that can create when nothing is there. I agree with that. Definitely though, Coach. Like, and for the rest of the chat, once the season is over, definitely going to be starting to work on my draft board and working on quarterbacks that I like. At the start, I like Mendoza, I like Simpson, I like Moore, but I know there is other quarterbacks out there that can be sneaky for our Raiders, and also offensive line. We need offensive line help. We need corner. We need hella help. Corner help, defensive end help, D tackles, linebacker. Like we need, bro. We are screaming for help because every position needs to be addressed. Everything needs to be addressed. Use his hands more. Pause. Hey, leak guy, bro, get your head out the gutter. Huey P. Thornton needs to use his size. Pause and high point the ball more. Yeah, and he talked about that, Huey. He talked about that on the deep balls that I think Geno got intercepted against the Chargers. I mean, that was an underthrown ball, by the way. I mean, I don't think there was anything Dante could have really done there, but he said that he tried to catch the ball over the shoulder. He needs to learn how to, like you said, high point the football, really use his hands a little bit more. Yeah, I'm gonna have to, Coach. I'm gonna get back to you on that because I do agree with you. We do need a quarterback that needs to create something out of nothing. I like Mendoza. I seen it at Cal, but I'll be honest, I watch Cal games because I live out here in California. So I don't know if something transitioned from his game in from here at Cal to Indiana. But yeah, if man, Huey's comparing him to Kirk Cousins, I don't like that comparison. I'm gonna be honest, I don't like that comparison. So definitely, coach is putting me on. I gotta do a little bit more homework. It seems like definitely. And also, Sean Johnson has been telling me that too. That he's not even locked on Mendoza himself. He likes Mendoza, but he's not a lock on him. Leak guy Jaden Maiva, quarterback got my eyes, bro. Need to watch more film on him. And I love that, bro. I love that this chat, you guys are giving me pointers too. You guys are giving me things to look out for and things to consider when I'm watching tape and liking these guys. There's always pros and cons to these guys' tape. So definitely thank you. I thank every single one of you guys for helping me out in the process of scouting our future court because, hey, we definitely need to watch some more tape because like I said, there's some sleeper quarterbacks out there that people are watching saying that I need to watch. I know there's a guy from, where is it? It's a small school. I forgot his name, but it's a small school. And he's a small school guy. I think he's Hispanic too. A lot of people like him because he's Hispanic. And I like it too. I'm Hispanic too, man. Bring that Hispanic blood over here to the Raider Nation. But yeah, so with that being said, you guys, again, appreciate every single one of y'all for pulling up. Raiders, Broncos tomorrow night, you guys. Thursday night football. Are the Raiders gonna pull a shocker on primetime? We'll see. Division games are always close, you guys. And like I said, with the injury report, Patrick Surtain is out for the Broncos. Marvin Mims is out for the Broncos. We're healthy on our end. Lonnie Johnson is coming back. He's going to be active for tomorrow's game. And with that being said, you guys, we'll be back probably Friday morning to recap the game. So yes, Friday morning, you guys, we'll have a morning show Friday morning to recap the Broncos and the Raiders game. And then we'll go from there. We'll see what else I got in store for some Raiders content to push out there. But with that said, you guys, have an amazing Wednesday. and get ready for some Raider football tomorrow against our divisional rivals, the Denver Broncos. Kickoff is 5 o'clock p.m. Pacific time, 8 o'clock Eastern time on Amazon Prime. Thursday Night Football. Let's hear it. Raiders!